single time someone watches this video, it helps feed someone in need. And since we get a lot of views, I brought a lot of people. Here you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
And if you're wondering how this works, every time someone watches this entire video, including you right now, money is generated. And as this video grows, that increasing amount of money will feed an astonishing amount of people.
So this is going to sound bad, but it's the truth. And if you aren't a bitch about it, you'll realize what I'm saying is the truth. But I know I'm posting this on YouTube where the majority of people are brain damaged and aren't going to pick up what I'm throwing down. But believe me, what I'm saying is the facts. Jimmy here and all his philanthropy is an entire waste. Now, I'm not saying what he's doing isn't good or he's trying to do good, but in fact, maybe it's not. Maybe Jimmy knows what he's doing is a waste of time, isn't going to help anybody, and he's doing this entirely for internet clout, for clicks, to make himself look good, because there's two things going on here. First of all this money that he's trying to raise or spend on all these people in Africa, on the surface looks good, but is actually detrimental and doesn't help these people at all. And there's two possibilities here going on. And I'll tell you why and prove to you how all this is absolutely wasted time and bullshit. And there's two possibilities going on. One, Jimmy is a moron and completely ignorant, and everyone around him is an idiot and doesn't realize what's actually going on. Or he is purposely doing this on purpose to manipulate his audience, clout chase, make himself look good, and manipulate everybody with this feel good, helping the African poor kids, everyone's starving, oh my God, kumbaya, I'm such a great person. Bullshit. Now, the facts are this, all right? All of this, once again, is not going to change anything in any way whatsoever. It has been established for over 67 years. Literally trillions of dollars in aid have flowed into Africa, and it's still a shithole. And you can use Grok for this as well. You can Google Grok, use any AI. This has been established many times by everybody involved, from the United Nations to everything in between. Sending money to Africa doesn't actually help it. For example, why is doing charity for Africa not going to help it in the long run? You will find this from any other economist and anyone who actually works with the governments of Africa, who actually runs charities there, who builds houses and whatnot, and it is very simply this. Charity for Africa often fails to address root causes like systemic corruption, weak governance, and dependency on aid. Short-term relief can provide immediate help, food, medicine, shelter, but without structural change, it risks perpetuating cycles of poverty. It has already been proven that doing this actually makes the place worse for everybody involved. I know it sounds contradictory, but it is actually a fact. For instance, aid can undermine social and local economies by flooding markets with the free goods, discouraging local production. In 2019, economist David Momoa proved that over $1 trillion in aid to Africa since the 1940s has largely enriched the elites or been squandered with little improvement in per capita income. For example, you build all this stuff, you make houses, you make food, and it doesn't actually change it. Jimmy is not the only person to ever do this. There has literally been trillions of dollars from governments, from United Nations, from Band-Aid back in the 80s and 90s, where every single rock singer in the world, we are the world, we are the children. Remember that song? We are the ones to make a better place, so let's start giving. There's Michael Jackson, and every single huge recording artist tried to raise money for Africa, and everyone realized at the end of the day, it's all bullshit, and it didn't actually do anything to help anybody. Long-term progress hinges on self-sustaining systems, transparent institutions, education, and local industry. Charities can play a role, but only if it empowers rather than infantilizes. Think microloans and handouts. Critics of aid like Zimbabwean economist Moyo pointed to countries like Botswana, which leverage its resources and governance to grow without heavy aid reliance. The counter argument is that charity fills gaps where governments fail, but even then, it's a band-aid unless paired with accountability and local capacity building. So what Jimmy is doing here is nothing different than any other charity has done in the history of time. He brings out the production, he gets people crying on camera, he gets all little kids cheering. It's all, in my opinion, I'm sorry to say this, manipulation and bullshit. Like I said, there's two options. Either he knows this is just a waste of time and he is just trying to clout chase and bring food and help these people to make himself look good. Like I said, it seems really nice. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, oh my God, we're bringing goats. We got they're all chanting, oh boy, Jimmy's a white savior. And it looks like, oh my God, so amazing. Can't believe it. Jimmy's the best person in the world. We're going to send all this money. We're going to build houses. We're going to build everything. We're building water. We're going to build a little farm out, like, as if like we're planting a farm out in the fucking middle of nowhere, and like this is gonna just make a huge difference. Like, as if they can't, these people haven't thought of this, like to build a farm. They gave him a tractor. So either this is just manipulation, or everyone around Jimmy is a moron, and Jimmy himself is ignorant to actually what's going on. These places have had billions, not billions, trillions of dollars of aid through the last 60, 70 years, and the place is still, pardon my French, a shithole. It's still corrupt. It's still broken. It's still not working. All these stuff that's happening. Sure, like I said, they'll help these kids like for now for this video and whatnot, but 6 months, a year from now, it's all back to the way it was before. It's like pushing a rock up the hill like you're the myth of Sisyphus. I just want to point that out. Like, people online are so easily manipulated. I don't know, man. Jimmy's a billionaire, zillionaire. I don't trust anybody who's involved in social media. I don't trust anybody who has all these businesses. I mean, like, maybe Jimmy, like I said, has a good heart and he thinks he's doing something to help people. But you know what? Here's the thing, man. With all the money you have, you really want to help people out, you want to really be a huge philanthropist, just do it on the down low. You know, you don't have to like make huge videos about it and production and raise all this money you say you're making for YouTube videos. You already got hundreds of millions of dollars. Just do it yourself. You don't have to go around and try to manipulate your entire audience. You know, I'm handing out Feastable chocolates now to these little kids. You ever seen the ones where they drink Coca-Cola for the first time, they go nuts and can't figure out how to open up a bottle? We with Kangs and shit. So, you know, this stuff just kind of bugs me a bit. I kind of am, as an older ass boomer here, and smelling something not too fresh. I can sort of see the angle that he's working here, and I don't like it. But I said, no, it could be totally wrong, but it doesn't matter if I'm wrong or right about his intentions. At the end of the day, the results are going to still be the same. None of this is actually going to last or change anything, and the whole place is completely fucked unless you actually overthrow governments and change that. But we also, just to get a little bit more crazy here, no one wants to do that because the entire West uses Africa and its corruption for our own benefit with all the kind of mining for resources, all the stuff that goes into cell phones, electronics, that they have massive resources in Africa. Like, Africa has some of the richest minerals and oil reserves in the world, yet they're so broke because the corruption of the governments, the corruption of the local politicians are allowed to continue with their nonsense because the West profits from that corruption and allowing people like ourselves and China, our countries, go in there and completely just take advantage with slave labor to mine for minerals to help build our cell phones and other electrical devices and their oil reserves and all that kind of shit. But like I said, listen, it looks good, looks great as well, but charities are also a profitable business. This guy's charity is shown in the background. It makes tons of money as well, creates a lot of jobs. It's a business. No one out here is Mother Teresa running a child smuggling ring. Wait, what? Nonetheless, like I said, it seems awesome. Good for Jimmy. He's trying to help, but it doesn't help. Just want to point that out. Thanks for watching the video. Ghost of Eight. Stay based. Don't let the reptilian shapeshifters bring you down.